screenwriter/director from Peru, Francesca Canepa.
Canepa.
Canepa. Let's get it right. Canepa. It's important. Filmmaker in his own right from Argentina. We have Miguel Ángel Papalini, which sounds very Italian, but I'm not surprised. And you're the co-writer on this project.
Yes, I'm the co-writer.
So you guys were at the Sundance Screenwriters Labs. To get into the Screenwriters Labs, it's nearly impossible. 12 projects out of 4,000, which is kind of crazy. So I was looking into your own bios. I get a sense that there might be a little bit of connective tissue between your short, 2020 short, and this feature film. So if that's the case, I just wanted to get an idea of how you sort of how you were thinking about this world, if the idea of expanding this world occurred well before you made this short, and what's your input on the project? How did you come on board? I know that you're interested in docu. I mean, I get a sense that there's docu in the 14-minute short that you made, so I want to get a sense of how you two coalesce, and yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah, a lot of questions in that question. So we met in Cuba, and we met in Cuba when we were studying a script degree there. Yeah. And we have a special night where we start to write together, to have a brainstorming about the short film I was trying to shoot at that time. I was writing the script of my last short there, and we start to talk about it, and he made me think a lot of things and make me think as a cathartic way of writing too. So I felt really comfortable with him, like his way of thinking, his way of constructing narrative from the pain or the wounds that we have. And then you can go.
I can go.
I can go now.
Okay. Yes. At Cuba, we saw her first short film.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like real love of the images, the footage.
Yes.
But also that we were kind of connected with this kind of cinema that talks about social stuff,
social issues.
Yeah. I mean, there's a way of documentary, and the way that we like to shoot, the way we like to our films, in a way that was like pretty much the same. Well, I saw in her a person that can use lots of symbols in different ways, and I really love to explore that. I mean, as a co-writer, that's so important because it gives you so much material that you can be really inside a story. And well, of course, we communicate as well in the mothers and in some pains. Some wounds.
You can relate to different genders, different societies altogether, but you can somehow relate to the material that she put out there. Okay.
A lot of stuff. I mean, some kind of a way of seeing poverty,
Yeah.
Kind of, we really work on that. I mean, it hasn't to be like a romantic and really aesthetic way of seeing that, but it shouldn't be this is all bad. This is all sad. This is all a tragedy.
It's not poverty porn.
No. Yeah. Thanks a lot for saying that. You're the first one. I think that's. Yeah. It isn't the idea. So we kind of, if you put on some forms,
shapes,
some shapes, thanks, and something else. Some wounds, some personal wounds that we will share. It was like, okay, just in the building, it's going to be there.
So you built the story before building the story in a way. You built a creative rapport, and then it just moved on to that. So
yes, because we met in 2018, and I start the first treatment in 2020 of this feature, and then I called him.
So during the pandemic, you're on Zoom. It was like
a dark moment. Yeah. And it's also the source of this story. Like the pandemic makes me think of this story and connect to this story because of the crisis we were having in Peru.
Yes.
Also, like reveal another crisis that is feminicides and gender violence in Peru. So I start to look on the news and see the rates of raping and feminicides in Peru, and it was like crazy, getting crazy each month.
Yeah.
And I start to write a story there.
And you had seen his feature. Well, you guys were in Havana. You did a it's either a long short or a short feature that you made.
No,
for the Berlinale.
I was the co-writer of Packing Heavy. That was in Berlinale that year in 2018.
Yes.
And actually, I made it from Berlinale to Cuba where we met. So, yeah, this kind of, well, as I said, this quite particular and same way of being life through the eyes from kids.
Because
so,
the name of the project originally was Belen, the name of the protagonist.
Yeah.
And then you chose this, The Other Shore, La Otra Orilla. So, you know, you were one of 4,000 projects selected. What do you think was, having spoken to the people at the lab, what is the thing that hooked them in? What's the element that really drew them in? They said, aha, like there's something here that we want to explore with you guys. What do you think that was?
Okay.
I think the short film really helped.
Okay.
And I feel like the first day at the Screenwriters Lab, we show everybody our short films. And everybody said, like, I know now how you want to shoot this movie. So I think, yes, it's an extension of my first short film. And I think something really interesting and unique in this project is the use of the nature as a revealing element or as a way of communicate the inner world of my character. So I think, yes, it's the aesthetics that helps to tell a unique story about rape. So it's
I looked at the trailer for your short. I saw a lot of lyricism. I thought it was really beautiful, the shots that I did see. And then I actually Googled Peruvian Amazon. I wanted to get an idea of how different it could be from, there's other Amazons. And it's almost like there's snake movements. It feels as if the forest might be less, not dense, but it feels as if it's more like it feels more closer to the land a little bit, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of influences, and it could be in cinema, direct links to other filmmakers or works, or maybe art or poetry or news headlines. Is there like, if I were to open your pitch deck, is there any strong images that I might see from things that you might have borrowed from other people?
Narrative,
or maybe even a color palette?
I don't know. Our references was
maybe.
like for writing was Sister from Ursula Meyer.
Oh yeah.
For writing,
And for
that's the one with their. It's
a ski park in Belgium, I think.
Yeah, Belgium, yeah. Sure.
And from aesthetics, I think I love Tarkovsky.
Yeah, okay.
And Beginning, it's a film from Georgian filmmaker.
Beginning, oh my God.
Yeah.
Masterwork.
So that hypnotic shots, it's something that I want to keep on.
There's a really great shot in that film where she's laying on the leaves.
On the river.
I think it's like for 13, 14 minutes. And the river shot where there is a rape element to that as well. I mean, that's fantastic film. I'm glad to say that her second film's coming out next year.
Yeah,
yes.
I didn't know. Cool.
It's probably going to be at the Cannes Film Festival. That's what I say.
Nice.
They say write what you know. The story might not be directly related to you. Obviously, Peru is a very small country. Feminicide is not just, it's not a regional thing. It's unfortunately a global thing. How close are you, both of you, to the material?
Well, for me, in a way, when we were exploring the themes, main themes, I mean, we were in Spain. And in Argentina, we have this abortion a problem for the law. So it was like, okay, yeah. When she told me this, lots of raping has been in Peru, and they have this law, and it was like, okay, yeah. I mean, we have to talk about this. And besides, in a way, I mean, the family, the fact that in time, and I really love that our stories from a girl that has to choose to be a mother. That, I mean, she hasn't had another option, but stories that tell that part of people's life when they have to choose to become a familiar, not just because that's the way it is. I really love that in all movies, like, because there's a point of your life that you choose to be a brother or a sister. You cannot be. So it's like, I really love that. The main themes. I feel connected with that. Pretty connected.
For me, it was I was really shocked with the rates I've seen, and also I could get to connect to those girls by the feeling of being trapped and locked with an aggressor. I had an experience when I was younger, and I felt like we need to talk about it. We need to say something. We need to question the fact of it's forbidden, the abortion in Peru, and also the lack of care of the child in Peru. You force a kid to be a mom, but you don't take care of that. Of that decision that you're forcing her to.
You see that in a lot of other countries as well, where they're really good at protecting life, but then are they really protecting or helping life? Right?
And it's really weird.
So I saw in some of the information on the film that you got a CNC production fund, which is French. So I'm curious about, I mean, you might be using the same DP as in your short. I'm curious about the people that are in your immediate circle, if you can give any names. Perhaps you already have a producer on board attached. So I'd love to know who's part of the team for this project. Okay,
for now we're a co-production between Peru, France and Mexico.
Okay.
My French producer is Delphine Schmitz from Tripode Productions. I don't know if pronouncing in French. Tripod? I don't know. And the Mexican producers are Piano.
Yes.
Julio Chavez Montes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's been here many times, actually.
Yeah. So I think we're really in good hands. And from Peru, it's Enid Campos. She's the greatest producer of Peru too. She has made the main films that have gone everywhere. And what else?
Maybe I was thinking because the short is really beautiful. I was thinking, maybe she's using the same DP, but it's maybe not the case, or maybe you're still working on that. But
yeah, we're still working and fighting for keeping our crew. But now that it's a co-production, we need to. It's
complicated. You gotta get resources from other countries, stuff like that. Yeah. I'm very immersed in well-known. I know Argentinian cinema very well, but I know nothing about Peruvian cinema. I think I can name one filmmaker, a female filmmaker, Claudia something.
Claudia Llosa.
Yes, but that is it. So you're coming. What is the Peru as a film nation? How's the infrastructure? How you went to Havana of all places to not Havana, but you went to Cuba for school. So what's the film industry there like for you? How difficult is it, or easy? I don't know.
I think it's really small.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger. I think we have a lot of support from the Ministry of Culture. We have a little crisis because the government is getting kind of I won't talk about politics, but yeah. And I study in France cinema. So in Peru, you can study in the university, but it's not like film school. You have communication.
Yes.
So it's not
maybe one film class.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now I think it's getting bigger. I think being here, it's a big step from Peruvian cinema too, and winning also the Sundance Fund. It's the first time that Peru won the Sundance Fund. And with the last short film also, it was the first time that Peru went to be longlisted for the Academy Awards.
Yes.
So I think we're getting small steps.
Baby steps,
but it's really...
Absolutely.
It's an honor to to represent and show my country, and yeah, it's a great feeling.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting both of you. Like I said, I saw the just little bits and pieces of the short, and I'm like, oh, that I could see that work as a long feature. So I know when you come out of the Sundance Labs, you sort of like reevaluate the material. They tear you up over there. They make you rethink things. So best of luck with the continuity of writing. But we'll be watching for this project in the near future. So muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. Nice to meet you.
Cool. Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.